Good morning, all of you. Subject physical education. Lesson children and sports. In last lecture, we learned about motor development and factors affecting. Now we are going to start. In motor development, what we learn? Gross motor development and fine motor development, as well as motor development in the different age group. First, early childhood. Second, middle childhood. Third, late childhood. How the development will occur or how development is occurring during this age group. We learn in last lecture. Now, today we are going to start factor affecting on motor development. Which factors are affecting on motor development? There are various factors which are liable to affect on motor development in children. Some factors we are going to see now. This with this help of this PPT, we are going to see factors affecting on motor development. Many factors are affecting. Among that, these are the specially we have to mention or we have to learn how it is affect. Environmental factors, nutrition, sensory impairment, postural deformities, obesity, physical activities, biological factors, opportunities. These are the factors which are affecting on the motor development. Okay, first we will see the biological factors. In that biological factors, what we are going to see, biological factors are related to the genes. These factors are also known as heredity or genetic factors. The genes which we got from our parents are responsible for various types of development, including motor development. The percentage of fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fibers depends on biological factors. In fact, these factors are likely to affect the rate and ability of motor development. These factors are related to body weight, size, and strength. Just look at, I'm going to clear in detail. From our genes or heredity, we are telling, we are observing the height as well as shape, size. It is heredity, might be many times it is heredity, and these factors are affecting on motor development. If some are the smaller ones or taller ones, they are getting advantage as well as disadvantage because of that heredity problem. Sometimes heredity, from the genes we are getting proper positive things which are helpful to develop ourselves, like size, strength, endurance, activities, while performing activities. Some are taller, they are helpful to play basketball. From heredity it comes, from genetic it comes, and these factors are essential to the development of that particular child or motor development for the future. Next is environmental factors. What we are going to say? Environmental factors. Environmental factors such as physical and social factors are likely to affect motor development of children. Research studies indicates that motor development takes place at a faster rate in children who are encouraged to explore their surroundings. They are give more opportunity to take part in sports activities. Those children who are not encouraged or motivated towards motor activities have slow rate of motor development. In fact, encouragement, love, and security push a child to take risk, to explore fearlessly, which leads to better motor development. Some surroundings, some social, some activities, environmental, like family backgrounds, family support, even if anyone from the family sports person, it helps to take the part in that particular activity, and it is definitely affecting on the motor development. If we are belonging for the sports family, we are easily involved in the physical activities or exercises just because of that, and it affect on the motor development. If you are more active in the sports or more active in the exercises, it is helpful to develop your motor development or motor skills which are helpful to reply or to live in day to day life. Similarly, the atmosphere is positive. Why positive? What kind of atmosphere are positive? Appreciation should be there. While participating in the activity, motivation should be needed. And if it is getting from the surrounding means whenever you are, whatever things are occurs, but if they are helpful or they are positive, appreciable things for you, then automatically it will affect on your motor development. We are taking more and more part because of appreciation. Our intensity or our workout is more and more higher due to the appreciation, due to the supporting atmosphere or surrounding. If someone pushed us, then automatically we will get more chance to develop ourselves. For that purpose, environmental factors are more important. Among these all factors, all are important, but environmental factor is more important. Because of that only you are going to get the more and more developmental chance of physical as well as mental development, which is helpful for the motor development, gross motor as well as fine motor development. For gross motor, growth is important. For fine motor, skill is important. For all these things, we have to getting from the environmental factors. And among these factors, this is the most important factor. Third, which is in our hand, we are going to see nutrition. You know that word of nutrition means the food, diet, whatever we are taking, intake, whatever we are getting, should be helpful for the development of that particular child. Nutrition is also liable to affect the motor development. Indeed, nutrition for promotes good motor development. Due to the nutrition, good motor development will occur. Helpful motor development will be occur. Sensory motor development is dependent upon nutrition. Even sensory motor development is depend upon nutrition. If children get nutritious food, they become stronger, with which ultimately leads to good motor development. They become stronger, which ultimately leads to good motor development. Because of nutrition only they are getting food, nutrition, all intake properly with the proper ingredients. Due to the help of this all nutrition, they will leads to good motor development. On the other hand, if children do not get proper nutrition, they are found to be less energetic, and owing to this, their motor development take place slowly. While taking proper nutrition or getting proper nutrition, what will happen? We are more energetic, we are more healthy, we are more keen or more interested in the activities, and due to the activities or exercises, what will occur? A proper motor development. Similarly, if you are not getting nutrition, uh, diet or nutrition things properly, ingredients properly, what will happen? The child may not develop properly, they are less interested in the activities, exercises, due to the unsupportive health condition. And why? Due to the nutrition only. For that purpose, nutrition also is the important factor which will affect on motor development. Motor development, these are the factors. Next we are going to see physical activities. According to this word, what we are getting nowadays, we are in the home, we are doing less physical activities. Mind well, it will affect on your motor development. Definitely. Those who are physically active, they will get more chance. Definitely. Then how? Just along with this chapter, I just want to tell you what physical activity you can do at your home. Take your water on. Yes. Try to help to your mother. Yes. These are the physical activity considered each and every activity. The movement of body, that called physical activity. Simple word. The movement, which whatever movement from the body, that called physical activity. Then you have to take your water, you have to help your mother to swipe. Yes, you have to clean your home. These are the things which will helpful nowadays. Now in through the book physical activity, taking part in regular physical activities enhances the motor development of at a faster rate. Means if we are busy or we are taking part in the basic activities, running, jumping, throwing, whatever occurring near the surrounding or near the society, if you're taking part, your growth rate is faster than the normal growth rate. Your development rate is faster than the normal development rate because of the activities. However, the physical activity must be according to the capabilities of children. Must be for more faster development. We can't take part in the vigorous or more difficult activities which is not suitable for your age. According to age, there are some activities. According to that particular age, they have to perform. Means infancy age, if we are going weight training, is it is useful? No. According to age, if you are performing, according to your capabilities, if you are performing the activities, then it is more helpful to for your motor development. On the motor development becomes slow in those children who do not take part in physical activities regularly. Please mind well. Those who are not taking part in physical activity regularly, their motor development is more slow. More. They are not getting. They are getting less chance to develop their motor development. Not doing even minor physical activities results in delayed motor development in children. Those who are not doing physical activities, as a matter of fact, they are getting delayed motor development in children. They are getting in that childhood, they are getting less motor development due to the inactivity or not taking part in physical activity. That's why physical activity is also important. Due to the physical activity, what will happen? Physical activity, we are getting interested first of all, we are getting interest in that particular things. Second, most important, unknowingly we are working with the all muscles. Unknowingly, well, we are working on the hand-eye coordination. Unknowingly, we are working on the neuromuscular coordination. These all things are happen due to the physical activity only. That's why physical activity is the most important. Yes. Next, opportunities. Next one is opportunities. It is well known fact that children who get ample opportunities to do more and more physical activities or motor activities are likely to have better motor development. Children who got more opportunities, or who will get the more opportunities, they will definitely get more chance to develop their motor development. In fact, opportunities to participate in motor activities give a better chance for developing sensory motor abilities. If proper opportunities are not given to children, then motor development cannot take place in those children properly, or motor development will be slow in such children. For that purpose, which activity is conducted in school? Give me the example. Mass PT, remember? For physical activity. For opportunity, which is the correct example? Sports day, SSC activity. In that activities, if competitions are occurred along with the physical activities, sports activities, then children get more opportunities. And if they get more opportunities, automatically they are working on their abilities. If their abilities are good, if they came to know what kind of improvement they have to do throughout these activities or throughout these opportunities, automatically they are going to develop their motor development. For that purpose, opportunities are most important. However, they have to get the opportunities throughout their activities. Next, sensory impairments. Sensory impairments such as visual impairments, hearing impairments, etc. are likely to affect to motor development in children due to this all the things. Due to hearing impairments, following instructions about any type of motor activities become more difficult. If you have a problem in hearing, now I am conveying lecture through this audio or video. You are getting what I am conveying to you. But if you're having problem to hearing, then you're not getting proper audio. Due to that, you're not going to implement. Yes, these are the things which are affecting on motor development. In the same way, visual impairments also slow down the process of motor development. So it can be concluded that if there are no sensory impairments in children, then they will have better motor development. No problems are there. Zero problems are there, then chances are developments are more. Got it the point? If problems are less, chances are more to develop. Next, postural deformities. Please mind well, we are going again. It is related little bit genetic or hereditary, but this may occur after that birth also. Postural deformities in children definitely affect their motor development. Any postural deformities, spinal curvature deformities, flat foot, knock knees, bow legs, etc., creates hindrance or obstacles in the path of motor development of children. In the absence of postural deformities, motor development in children take place at a faster rate. Bow legs, you know that knock knees and bow legs, knee comes together, that called knock knee, and knee little bit far away from the normal knees, normal postural, that called bow legs. Spinal deformities, this kind of deformities the children if having, then it is difficult to learn the physical activity, it is difficult to develop the interest in the physical activity as well as sports. According to that, it is affecting automatically on the his or her motor development. For that purpose, those who are not suffering from all this kind of deformities, postural deformities, they will automatically get advantage to develop their interest as well as performance or their motor development properly. Last, obesity. What we are going to see? Obesity. Obesity and being overweight have negative effect on the motor development of children. It means that children who are overweight or obese are not enthusiastic to do motor activity and may even feel uncomfortable to do it. Motor development in such children takes place slowly. Such children take more time to perform motor development. Due to the obesity, we are not perform the work properly. It is happening. That is true. Due to the obesity, the slow or whatever proper working or whatever proper activities we are performing, we are not getting chance to perform properly. We are not getting chance to perform properly due to the obesity, and automatically it affect on your motor development. Because of that, your motor development gets slowly. Why? Because of obesity, you are not run smoothly or jump smoothly or do the activity smoothly because of obesity only. For that purpose, it is really important to do proper activities. Okay, next we are going to see growth and development. Exercise or physical activity has the potential to improve the physical and mental health of the nation, reduce the maximum causes of mortality, and improve life expectancy. It can save money by significantly easing the burden of chronic diseases. Exercise is important for us to remain active throughout our lives. It is significant for infants, children, and teens' growth and development. This continues through preschool, school, adolescence, adulthood, and older years. There is a consistent evidence of those response relationship, that is, the greater the volume of exercise or physical activity undertaken, the greater the health benefits that are obtained. Exercise or physical activity is also helpful in reducing the risk of depression, dementia, and Alzheimer's. It also improves self perceptions, self esteem, mood, and sleep quality. It can be said obviously that exercise or physical activity is essential for proper growth and development of individuals. There are following some guidelines related to exercise or physical activity in various stages of growth and development, that is infancy, early childhood, later childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. The exercise and the growth, it affect on growth and development. Stages of growth and development. First, infancy, first to 2 years. Second, early childhood 3 to 7 year. Third, later childhood 8 to 12 years. Fourth, adolescence 13 to 19 years. And fifth, adulthood above 19 years. Above 19 years. Okay, first we are going to see infancy. These are some topics. Exercise to develop head control, sitting and crawling. Gross motor activities should be promoted. Exercise for moving arms, legs and reaching to objects. Exercise like throwing, catching and kicking ball. These are the activities which we have to perform during this age. During the stage of growth and development, physical activity or exercise should be encouraged. Gross motor activities or exercise should be promoted. Gross motor exercise should be promoted. Exercise to develop head control, sitting, crawling, etc. should be encouraged. Infants should be indulged in some exercise such as moving arms, leg and reaching to various objects. Infants should be provided objects, toys and games that encourage them to move, do things for themselves. They should be provided with safe environment for performing these activities or exercises. Watching TV and other electronic media should be avoided by the infants. Infants should not be restrained in high chair for prolonged periods. They should be encouraged to walk instead of using the stroller or carry them around. Simple exercise like throwing, catching and kicking a ball may be most suitable exercise during the stage of infancy. During the stage of infancy, they have to perform the activity which can easily perform, and which can helpful for the gross motor development, because growth is taking part there. Fine motor development it is difficult because understanding level little bit for movement and for doing the skillful activity. The maturity or their age is so small. For that purpose, gross motor development activities should be performed. How to perform? For giving toys to play. Yes, if they are playing with the toys, they are carrying their own toys. While carrying, the movement will automatically occur. Physical activity will automatically done by the baby, children. Yes, and according to these things, their gross motor development automatically occurs. They are trying to stand with the help of wall. If we are throwing slowly ball towards them, they are trying to catch the ball, but it is difficult to catch. What they are doing? They are watching towards the ball happily, and they are moving towards the ball by walking or crawling. Yes, easily they are crawling, easily they are walking, easily, and with the help of these activities, their development will occur. And these activities are more essential. One more thing we have to notice in the infant age or infancy age, during this age, we are strictly avoid TV, even mobiles also. We are strictly avoid from them. Why? Due to that, their physical activity will be automatically less. TV and mobile automatically less in all age the physical activity. That is another thing. But that infancy, if they are getting chance to see the TV, their movements are less. It affect on their eyes as well as on their brain. For that purpose, in infancy age, we have to stop showing TV as well as giving the cell phones. Yes, we have to strictly avoid, and we have to focus on the activities which can be easily performed by the children, and it will be helpful for their or his or her gross motor development. Next, we are going to see early childhood. Exercise to develop competence in movement skills. Emphasize on participation and not on competition. Activities related to fine motor skills. Structured and unstructured physical activities for at least 60 minutes daily. Recreative and enjoyable methods of physical activities. Clean and safe environment. These things we have to provide, or these things we have to conduct during early childhood. And early childhood age criteria is 3 to 7 years. During the stage of growth and development, such exercise of physical activity should be encouraged, which helps in developing competence in movement skills throwing, jumping, catching, or kicking the ball. Emphasis should be laid down on participation and not on competition. During this stage, activities related to fine motor skill, that is, coordinative ability, should be emphasized. Structured as well as unstructured physical activities should also be performed daily for at least 60 minutes by children during this stage of growth. Recreative as well as enjoyable methods should be used to encourage them for participation in various physical activities. Stress should also be laid on clean and safe environment during the stage of growth. They may allow to watch qualitative program on TV for 1 or 2 hours. Please take a note. Early childhood, there are different kind of development. Gross motor development is side by side going, but along with that we have to work on the fine motor development. I said the example for infancy age, uh, we are throwing ball towards the baby. Yes, he trying to, he's just watching the ball and going towards the ball and collecting the balls and taking the ball. He's taking the ball. In that way, similarly, in the early childhood, 3 to 7 years, if we throw the ball towards the baby or children, what children will do? They are trying to grab the ball, trying to catch the ball. Yes, due to his age. And once he catch the ball, he understood the method how to catch the ball. Means which development occur? Fine motor development. Which development occur? Fine motor. The activity should be like this only, not to force to compete with others, but give the opportunity to develop fine motor activities. It occurs. Activities related to fine motor skills, it occurs. Structured and unstructured physical activities for at least 60 minutes daily. We have to structure some activity or unstructured, doesn't matter. They have to play, free play. Unstructured means free play, but 60-minute play should be there, activity should be there. It will helpful in that early childhood. Recreative and enjoyable methods of physical activities. Recreative or enjoyable. Why? Because they are understanding the things according to their little bit age. They are getting more knowledge or more happiness from the enjoyable methods, like clapping with the singing. This kind of activities, if included, it will helpful for them. Clean and safe environment. Please take a note. Clean and safe environment. In that age only, we are getting the knowledge or we are getting the chance to develop this habit. The cleanliness first. Second, safe environment, because they are going out of the home from in that age. They are going in the social activities. We have to give safe environment for their his or her proper development. Okay. Last, we can allow them to watch the TV, but program should be qualitative. Qualitative. We can allow them, but it should be important according to their need. Importance should be according to their need or their age. Next, later childhood. Last, later childhood, 8 to 12 years. During this stage of growth and development, children should indulge in the activities such as turns, throwing, jumping, catching, running, etc., so that they can acquire body control, strength, and coordination. However, activities related to endurance should be avoided. Stress should also be laid down on the organized or team games which aim to develop social consequences in them. During this stage, children should be introduced to competitive sports and taught the basic rules of sports competitions, that is, enjoying the game, fair play, simple strategies and tactics. They can also be introduced to the concept of sports training and the exercises that build endurance, aerobic exercises like running, swimming, and cycling, strength, resistance exercise, and agility. Agility means coordinative abilities, coordination and balance, fast work, and rapid movement exercises do in that later childhood. Exercise to develop body control, strength, and coordination. In this age, they are able to balance themselves. For that purpose, exercises should be added. Coordination means multiple activities they can perform. Yes, in that age, they are able to learn the multiple activities. Activities related to endurance should be avoided. Long-term endurance, it can be effect on their lungs. For that purpose, these activities should be avoided. Organized or team games to develop social consequences, means they have to feel they are the part of the society, or they are the responsible person in society. Introduction to competitive sports. In that age only we are going to introduce the competitive sports. If you remember school game, it started during these years only. Teach basic rules of sports, that is fair play, simple strategy and tactics. Fair play means it should be played in the proper manner, or sportsman spirit should be teach. Simple strategies, how to tackle, how to grab, how to hold. Tactics means how to control on the ball, how to control on the games, logical things, how to be a part of the team. These things should be teach in this age. Introduction to concept of sports training. We can introduce them the concept of sports training because of their understanding level little bit higher than early childhood children. For that purpose, it is important. Got it? Next is adolescence 13 to 19 years and fifth adulthood above 19 years. We'll see in the next lecture. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe.